Welcome back to Auto Street, where we break down the coolest machines hitting the road. Today we're diving into something that blends nostalgia with next-level engineering, a car that brings the muscle era roaring into the future, the 2026 Chevelle SS LS6. If you've been craving a modern muscle car with throwback soul and cutting-edge performance, this one is going to hit you right in the horsepower-loving heart. Before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed to Auto Street so you don't miss any of our deep dive reviews. Now let's fire this thing up. The first thing you notice when you walk up to the 2026 LS6 Chevelle SS is how unapologetically mean it looks. Chevy didn't go soft here. The design team clearly wanted this car to nod to the 1970 Chevelle SS without copying it outright. The wide, squared-off stance is back, with muscular rear haunches that look like they're ready to spring. The front fascia is a perfect blend of retro cues and modern aggression, dual LED headlights framed by an updated interpretation of the classic SS grille, with blacked-out mesh and a subtle SS badge that glows at night. Down the side, you get sharp body lines that give the car that in motion even when parked vibe. The fenders flare out with confidence, housing 20-inch forged aluminum wheels on the standard model and optional 21-inch lightweight performance wheels for those who want maximum grip. The hood is a showstopper, functional heat extractors, deep sculpting, and just enough bulge to hint at what's hiding underneath. Out back, the quad exhaust setup sits in a matte black diffuser, with LED bar taillights that stretch across the rear and create a distinctly modern muscle signature. Slide inside and the Chevelle SS does something interesting. It brings back the muscle attitude but matches it with luxury and tech that makes the car feel genuinely 2026. The cabin is driver-centric, wrapping around you with a low seating position and a dash layout that feels cockpit-tight. There's an available mix of leather, Alcantara, and brushed metal accents depending on the trim. The seats are heavily bolstered, giving you the track-ready support without sacrificing long-distance comfort. In front of the driver sits a 12.8-inch digital gauge cluster, and Chevy kept it real with retro-inspired themes you can toggle between. One even mimics analog gauges but with a modern digital twist. The center touchscreen is a floating 14-inch OLED panel that supports wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, plus Chevy's own performance telemetry system. You can track G-forces, lap times, quarter-mile runs, engine temps, and even review recorded drives thanks to built-in dashcam functionality. The steering wheel is thick and flat-bottomed, with paddle shifters that feel solid rather than gimmicky. Down on the console you get a proper physical shifter, not a dial or button setup, because come on, it's a Chevelle, and Chevy knows this crowd wants the tactile feel of a real performance shifter. The ambient lighting system is way more refined than you'd expect in a muscle car, with customizable colors that reflect softly off the interior materials at night. Now let's talk about the part everyone really wants to know, performance. The LS6 badge returns here for a reason. The 2026 Chevelle SS LS6 is powered by a 6.6-liter naturally aspirated V8, a modern reimagining of the LS platform. It's pushing out an estimated 640 horsepower and 620 pound-feet of torque, sent to the rear wheels through either a 6-speed manual or an optional 10-speed performance automatic. Chevy claims a 0 to 60 time of about 3.4 seconds with the automatic, and a slightly rowdier 3.7 seconds with the manual, thanks to gearshift engagement that's more about feel than pure speed. The suspension setup uses magnetic ride control with adaptive dampers, allowing you to switch between comfort cruising and track-tuned stiffness with a simple mode change. On the road, early testers described the car as surprisingly composed. It corners flatter than a car with this much old-school torque has any right to, and the electronic limited-slip differential does an amazing job keeping traction under hard acceleration. Braking comes from massive Brembo 6-piston calipers up front and 4 pistons in the rear, giving the Chevelle SS stopping power that matches its muscle. Exhaust-wise, the Chevelle SS LS6 offers a valve system with 4 modes: Stealth, Tour, Sport, and Track. In Stealth, you can leave your neighborhood without waking the entire block. But in Track mode, the exhaust opens fully, unleashing a deep, old-school V8 growl that sounds almost like a modern interpretation of the original 1970 LS6 big block. It's loud, chest-shaking, and unmistakably American. Now let's talk about pricing. The base 2026 Chevelle SS LS6 starts around $62,000, which is honestly competitive when you look at what it offers. But most buyers will probably step into the mid-range performance package, which pushes the price to about $72,000 and adds upgraded suspension, wheels, interior materials, and some extra cooling enhancements. The top-tier Track Edition, with carbon fiber aero pieces, the performance wheel package, enhanced brakes, and exclusive interior options, comes in closer to $84,000. Fully loaded with every option in custom paint, you're looking at around $88,000 to $90,000. When you stack that against cars like the Mustang GTD, the Dodge Charger Daytona SRT, and even some German performance coupes, the Chevelle SS lands in a sweet spot. It's not pretending to be a luxury car, and it's not trying to be an electric hypermachine. It's a pure, visceral, gasoline-powered throwback to what made muscle cars iconic, but rebuilt with the refinement and engineering of the modern era. So is the 2026 Chevelle SS LS6 worth the hype? On AutoStreet, we'd say absolutely. It's raw without being outdated, high-tech without losing character, and powerful without turning into a track-only toy. It feels purpose-built for drivers who want to feel the car, wrestle with the car, enjoy the sound, the vibration, the drama of a true muscle machine. Chevy didn't just bring the Chevelle name back, they honored it. That wraps up today's deep dive. If you enjoyed the review, hit that like button, drop a comment telling me what car you want to see next, and subscribe to AutoStreet for more detailed breakdowns just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next ride.